So what's going on in your world?
Oh, goodness. Well, there are always lots of movements, but I feel a bit of nostalgia whenever I'm with you, Jane.
Oh, well, it's been a lot of years we've known each other.
Yes, it has.
What's bringing up that nostalgia?
Nostalgia.
What are you thinking about?
Oh, my goodness. Appreciation,
For what?
graciousness, gratitude, just for the life that we're living now.
It is good.
It is good. Yes, it's good to be on this side of things.
It is.
I do agree.
I think about how far we've come.
Ooh,
Where we
yes.
started.
Yes. Remembering.
There were some rough times.
Are you thinking about Beverly?
Yeah.
I get a little bit of shivers.
Yeah. Ooh, Beverly. Beverly was tough.
Ooh.
Okay, for those that don't know, Beverly was our old boss.
Oh, goodness.
And we don't talk about Beverly much because
Beverly was the opposite of kind.
Beverly was intense.
Very intense. The opposite of bringing joy.
Beverly was one that when she walked into the salon, the whole energy shifted. I mean, even I think about conversations with her, and it was very intense eyes, intense eye contact, and intimidating, trying to intimidate you. And everything was very black and white.
Ooh. And mostly we were on the wrong.
Yeah. Yes, that was very true. Always, Jane, when you think about a boss and you think about a good boss,
okay,
what comes to mind?
Cares about what I do outside of my work, not in a nosy way, just in a care of if your family is well. Are you experiencing joy within your work? That would be important to a good boss. What comes to mind for you?
I think about being genuine, not just along the same lines, but being genuine when you ask those questions. How was your weekend? What did you do?
And you know what? You are correct, because so oftentimes you can be asked a question and you can feel that sensation and the exchange of air, which I don't think we give any of ourselves enough credit as to the power that we have of influence of goodness. But that those that we interact with, if you are not being genuine or if you actually don't care, we know. Yes.
But I think also in a good boss, support.
What does support look like to you, Jane?
Having my back. If something goes awry, or I'm going to think about Beverly a minute. If somebody calls in and says that they aren't happy with the service that you provided, and it was because said boss decided to switch up services, so you went with the new service menu, but that wasn't switched online. So the guest was thinking they were getting the old service in all of those steps.
Oh my goodness.
But they called to complain because they think that you shortchanged them in this service.
Oh gosh. Okay.
And Beverly did not come to my rescue.
Oh no.
Instead, she aired this client's grievances in front of everybody in the break room.
Okay, 101. Praise happens in public and serious conversations happen private.
Well, thank you for noticing that.
Yes.
I mean, yes. And when I brought this to Beverly's attention and I said, I was just doing the new protocol that you told us to do, and she didn't have my back.
She threw you under the bus to the wolves.
She threw me to the wolves.
That's very
And
unkind.
that was, I think, my first aha moment. But that is one of those things where one of those lessons that you take to heart
Yes.
and you learn from.
Mm.
And you think, you know what? I would never want to treat somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I am ever in a position of authority,
Mm-hmm.
I
Caring for
would,
a flock.
yes, I would
Mhm.
totally have handled that differently
Mm-hmm.
and come at it from a position of care
Mm-hmm.
and understanding and saying,
Mhm.
hey, I understand.
Mhm.
This is what happened. I'd love to hear
Mhm.
your side of this story.
Oh my goodness, Jane, this also reminds me of another story.
Oh,
I had a business owner through the socials complaining about the high rate of turnover of employees. And I did reach out to her because they had expressed the need for some counsel. I typically do not engage in that sort of online
chitter chatter.
chitter chatter. Yes, because I find most people are not actually looking for the kindness under there. And I don't know, but that particular day, I had extra kindness in my pocket. And so I reached out and I let this business owner know I would be happy to share some of my experiences. And so they did respond. Um, and we had set up a time to chat by phone. And this person, as they should have, they were able to express their frustrations within the business world of not being able to keep their team. And Jane, what I realized very quickly was that this business owner was not keeping her flock because she did not actually care. And yes.
Did you drop a truth bomb?
I did. And I have to say, I don't think that they were ready for
Oh.
truth. Yes. And so with kindness, I shared that there is a difference between saying that you care for your flock and in action, you care more of yourself.
That is a truth bomb.
I will say it was not well received.
Oh,
It was
well,
not.
that's one of those, though, Jane. The truth does hurt.
It was not well received, and I do remember it to this day. And come to find out, I feel a little bit strange, and I'll tell you why. If you are forced to identify a competitor, this particular business owner was besties with mine.
Oh, no.
Yes, and
Do you think she was looking for
I-
insider Jane info? Or
I
what,
do believe so.
Was there an angle to this?
There may have been. When I realized that this person was not actually looking to converse about solutions, I then couldn't help but wonder, why was this person so willing to actually want to speak with me when I realized they had a bestie in the same industry? We do live by a particular soda of codes for you and I, and that doesn't mean that we have always realized these codes, but rather we've adopted these as we have grown and we've gained wisdom. That clear and kind is always the number one way to go. And yes, so I don't believe I will probably ever hear from this business owner again.
She sounds like a boss who bosses too much.
A boss who bosses too much.
A micromanager.
Ay, 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 ay. Yes, perhaps. I do wish them well. I don't know if, well, all I can do is, you said it best, Jane, in the times past. Did you do the very best you could? Absolutely, did I? Yes, I did.
Then you can sleep well at night.
I sleep well at night. For those that may be in any industry, if you are experiencing high rates of turnover, please do not be a Beverly. And please make sure that when you want the best for your flock, that you are very aware of your energy and words and are able to gut check yourself.
Look inward.
Look inward first. And be able to answer honestly if you want the best for that flock. Because sometimes the answer is no. You want the best for you.
Good truth today, Jane.
Good truths. Good truths. Thanks for sharing, Jane.
Thank you.
Thanks for allowing me that space to share.
Cheers.
Cheers. And for those of you, if you enjoyed this episode about bosses who boss too much, kindly share, like, or have a chat with the Janes. We love having conversations about how we can all bring more kindness to the table. You can find us on Instagram at Mane Jane Salon. We are just a DM away. Until then, enjoy.